I had everything set up ahead of time there. I'm here. Who's it? I'm here. I'm here. Right. All right,
Roll call.
everybody's here. We're here. Roll call. Are we here, dudes? All right.
I'm live. I'm doing my little intro piece real quick.
Okay. What's it? Which is delivering the goods that we heard earlier?
Yes.
Play it all loud. I'd love to hear that again. Thank you.
Shake down, rockin' boys, crack that wet strap me, pulse rave, airwaves, idolize and never replace within.
Yeah. I love it.
Welcome to Music Memory / Maniacs. Yeah.
And also Arknolia and the Doctor. It's the same show with two different titles for each end. It's Arknolia and the Doctor on my part of here, and of course it's Music Maniacs World of YR in there. But either way, it's the same subject, same host. Me, Arknolia, Stroke Bean, the Great YR, and Keith Barber. Is he there as well, man?
Yes, thank you.
What up?
There you are, dude. All right. Okay. Now, we didn't get a chance to do this I think it was last Thursday there. So I'm gonna look in at. I guess why I brought this thing up here. I guess we're supposed to do this. Let's see here. Blah blah blah. Here. What's that thing? Our concert experiences here. What's our best concerts? What our best, but last. Everything here. And I got a list from Ark about last week.
Yes.
And this is a list here that was supposed to pass on to you guys there. First concert, last concert, best concert, worst concert, most surprising concert, artists you've seen the most. Okay, so we got this list going on. So who shall we start with?
Well, when we start, that's fine. But I've got a couple more festivals I wanted to kind of touch on a little bit.
We got to talk about. We got a few more, because there's a lot more that we don't even know about there. But
these two are pretty big.
All right, there. Let's go ahead and do this. Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do that, or do you want to do the?
Let's do that. Well, let's do this first, and then we'll do our concerts because we have a lot of. Because I could definitely relate to this list here, definitely.
Okay. The first one that I wanted to kind of touch on a little bit was Nearfest.
Nearfest. I think you mentioned that, on the last.
That one's held in Pennsylvania, which kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
And
I never heard of it myself until you mentioned it to me. But then again, I don't live in Pennsylvania, so
yeah, it's been around a while. I'm going to have to get Keith Rebarber to look things up because I can't.
All right. Be on point. You ready?
Okay.
All right.
You look up the Nearfest lineups.
All right.
I think it's been going for about 12, 15 years. It's still current.
Now some of these festivals, do they have like carnival rides and such there, or is it just concerts with merchandise and concessions there?
Well, I think the Nearfest is just concerts with concessions and all of that stuff.
All right, there, because so many festivals, where they're held, and my two favorites back in Michigan were the Stars and Stripes Festival back when it was in Mount Clemens, Michigan, and there was also the River Fest by the river by St. Clair, Michigan. There, I used to ride a bike from Richmond all the way down there, to see what was going on. They had all these rides, all these activities here, all these virtual reality games you could participate here. Bands like the Tubes, Night Ranger, local favorites, Heaven's Wish there. I remember seeing, Great White there back in around the early 20s, actually in the later 2000s, I should say. This was a couple years after the Rhode Island, station issue that they had back in, I think it was in early 2013 that when that
Oh,
incident
when they had the
happened.
fire, the big
Yes,
fire. Yeah.
yes.
What year do you want the lineup from?
Uh, well, shoot.
Two,
Go.
2012 was the last Near Fest.
Wow, I thought it was still going on. Okay,
Wow.
I guess start with that one, then run it backwards.
All
All
right.
right.
There.
Um,
All right.
Arcanus, Van Deer Grave Generation, Helmet of Nats, 12th Night, Guard Resistance, Ghost of Burrowing Saga, 2 Tempio dello Crestre, Mike Kennedy Band, UK.
Mm.
UK was
these
there.
are-
Wow.
Oh wow. Not. I don't think it was. Was it the band UK, Keith?
Yes.
All right, there. That's interesting. There, we spoke about that group a couple episodes ago. There.
2011 was canceled.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want the one from 2010?
Go ahead.
Riverside, Steve Hackett, Astra, Forgus Band Phenomena, Lona, Three Friends, Pineapple Thief, The End, Eddie Jobson's Ultimate Zero Project. 2009, Van
Right.
Deer Graft Generator,
Yeah, that's a big one.
Steve Hillage Band, Cabezos de Serra, Oblivion Sun, DFA, Gong, Quantum Fante, Beardfish, Tritora Cricket, PFM. Do you want me to go like 2008 all the way back to 1999?
Just do a few, and we'll reach a stopping point.
Okay,
Is this-
2000.
Is it? Hold on a second. Is this a progressive rock type music festival?
For the most part.
I see, because a lot of the artists that they may mention are mostly in the prog rock category, like Steve Hillage, Gong, Eddie Jobson, UK,
Pineapple
all those
Thief.
groups there. Pineapple Thief, yeah, I think you mentioned that group many episodes ago as well there.
2008, Synergy, Fish, Kanoji, Hayako, Discipline, Peter Hamel, Liquid Tension Experiment,
Peter
Radio
Hamel.
Massacre. Oh, Peter Hamel.
Yeah.
Liquid Tension Experiment, Radio Massacre International, Ekalin, Banku del Mudo Soroso. 2007, IZZ, Nebel Nest. Oh man. I think I hit the wrong button. Okay, let's see. 2007. Or was it Nebe Nest, Bob Drake, Magneta,
Ah.
Hawkwind.
Hawkwind,
In-
wow.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised they're still together. Or together at that point there, I should say.
Oh, they've put out like 50 albums, but I was amazed they
Yeah,
were there.
That's true there.
Indicati, La Masera di Sera, Robert Rich, Pure Reason Revolution,
I heard of him,
Magma,
Robert
yeah.
Rich.
Alan Holdsworth, Secret
yeah.
Orchestra, One Shot, 2006, KBB, Riverside, Richard Leo Johnson, FM Ozark Tentacles, Guapo,
That's Osric
Mexican
Tentacles, but that's okay.
I heard of them
Oh.
as well there.
Well, so far I've never heard of any of these.
And they're
Well,
mostly
sorry to-
prog, and in some cases they're kind of obscure, but in other cases they're pretty well known.
Interesting
okay.
there, yeah.
Michael Manning, Angie, Nason, Keith Emerson,
Wow.
Hartford, and
Wow.
or the Tony Levin Band.
What?
Tony
Well, I
Levin
like-
Band.
Oh yeah,
Tony
Two-
Levin.
Yeah,
Tony Levin Band.
formerly of King Crimson.
2005.
Yeah. Who's back with King Crimson, by the way, as their
Yeah.
bassist.
2005.
2005. Wobbler, Frot Cafe, Steve Roach, Present, IQ, Night Area, The Muffins, Matthew Parmenter, Kesso, Lee Orme, PFM Protoka. 2004.
Protocol. Go ahead.
Yezdo Urafo, Pelias, Richard Pinhas, Mike Kennelly Band, Universe Zero, Hydro Space Fork, Metamorphoso, Sean Milan, Planet X, Stoobs, The Musical Box, 2003, High Wheel, Aluminium Vassart, Tunnels, The Flower Kings, Magma, Sleepy Time Gorilla, Moosin, Glass Hammer, Crayon, Ego Card, Camel, The Laser's Edge, Cuneiform, Mirador, Wooden Head, IZZ. Oh, hold on. I clicked the wrong button. Okay.
That's
see.
definitely mainly prog.
Oh yeah.
2002, La Toro del Amista, Mirador, Isolards Bay, Echo, Nectar, Spaced Out, Gerard, Enchant, Carvane, Steve Hackett, Dr. Nerve, Die Sheer Shai Thema. 2001, Bird Songs of the Mesozoic, Under the Sun, White Willow, Death Ex Machine, Porcupine Tree, Underground Railroad, DJM Carrot, California Guitar Trio, Tony Levin,
Tony Levin again. Okay.
Tony Levin
yeah.
once again. Yeah.
After Crying, Banco Demudo Sarusco, Land of Chocolate, The Red Mask, Electric Sheepdog, Wine of Nails. 2000, North Star, DFA, Avatar, Enkadektin, Happy the Man, Nexus, Thinking Plague, Baludo D. Brozo, Par Linda Project, Transmatic, Ecolon, Prime, 1999. Alaska, Scott McGill's Hand Farm, Larry Fast, Mastermind IQ. Hang on. Where was it? Oh, Nathan Mount, Ice Age, Krugable, Solaris, Spock's Bird.
Spock's beard.
Yep. And those are all. That's all the Near Fest.
I see there. Yeah. All right. So anybody who's into prog rock would definitely be in high heaven and when you see those shows or those tickets on the festival there.
Each one of them had at least one or two of the big ones.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of, especially like in the Midwest, those type of states. There's a lot of festival, just like no, I don't want to say one-offs, but like newer festivals.
Right.
Maybe they only lasted 2 or 3 years, but Metallica does a lot of those festivals in states. I don't know, like just those midwestern states where they don't have the big, huge stadium arenas where like your bigger groups normally play. Metallica does head a lot of those festivals, and pretty cool. They just did their 40th anniversary thing, and
Metallica's been known to do loads of festivals. Hell, back in 1996, they headlined in Lollapalooza, to the dismay of the festival's co-founder Perry Farrell from Jane's Addiction, who left Lollapalooza because of that decision there. Of course, he came back a year later, and that's when they decided, went back to somewhat normal. But it was that was probably had to be the most easiest billing
Right.
for that festival. Metallica later told Soundgarden, and Soundgarden later told the Ramones, and then the Ramones later told Cheap Trick, and I guess a couple other bands got hold into this. They told this band, and they told that band. They all said, and I guess one of the promoters like, "Holy cow! Everyone's been approaching us all at once. Yay! This is really easy there."
So everyone in the chat, we have Drew in the chat. Get your list ready. If you can't call in, that's fine. But try to make up some lists of some concerts you've been to. At least, like we're going to start with now. Like if we can remember our very first concert. If anyone
All
can
right, there.
remember that, we
No,
can start there.
I definitely have a lot of. I definitely have a lot
I
of
know your
bands.
first concert, Brown. I think I know it. The band.
Okay.
Which one?
Lollapalooza, if I'm not
Which one?
mistaken, is a traveling festival, isn't it?
Right.
It's kind of like
Yes,
Ozfest,
it's
isn't
from
that traveling?
City.
Yeah, it goes like city to city.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely there.
Is
And I miss
Ozfest over? Is Ozfest over?
I don't know.
or-
I don't know. The last real Ozfest festival was back in 2007 when it was free. And I think there must have been some issues with that afterward. Because after that I don't think there was Ozfest after the year after that. And I think mostly Ozfest had to be one day or with all these bands here. I think it was just a regular festival for some reason there. I don't know if it was the cost of taking it on the road there with all these little things.
Well,
here
here's
and
the
there.
thing with Ozzy.
Yeah.
He obviously headlines or it plays all the shows. He's not. We're probably never going to be able to see him live in concert. He's probably never going to tour ever again. Ozzy. They canceled. Judas Priest was supposed to open for him in the European dates. They canceled. He canceled 2 years in a row now.
Yeah.
They're supposed to do that. And, obviously the COVID stuff fucked everything up for a couple of years, but he's getting older.
Yeah.
He's getting, he has the...
And Parkinson's, remember he has Parkinson's
right.
disease, and he's starting to show his gray hair, and I've seen some photos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
no,
have y'all ever been to Ozfest? Have y'all been to any of those?
I
No.
only been to the free one back in 2007 with a coworker at that time. He invited me, and I went with him. We saw Lamb of God.
Well, where did y'all...
Steady
Hold on. We need to slow down. Where did y'all... First of all, if it was free, where were y'all sitting at? Was it like lawn seats? Was it just one?
Yeah,
big-
it was the lawn street. Lawn. It was in the
Okay.
lawn, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it was, and it was pretty good. There was this one section by the whole area there, far away from the stage, where all the guys would stand in the crowd, and whichever women be walking by, they would yell "titties, titties, titties," expecting the girls to flash it for the dudes up there.
All right.
Yeah. Of course, many women walked away, flipping them all off. So,
Keith, go ahead. What are you...
Bullfrog says his first concert is Smashing Pumpkins.
Damn, really? Can you
Really?
see if you can remember the year on that and maybe how much it costs for that? But at least the year. Give us the year on that. Probably in the 90s. That's a pretty good first one. My first was that I can remember 90s.
yeah.
Maybe 5 years old. Bob Seger,
Mm,
Summit, Houston.
nice.
I
I want to
live.
go. I want to
ahead.
go back to Ozfest for a minute there. You remember back in 2003 when Priest reunited with Rob Halford?
Yes.
How excellent would it have been to see both Judas Priest and Black Sabbath on the same bill?
They didn't have Priest on the any Ozfest?
Now, that was about it. That was back in
Ah.
2003. The only time they didn't have Ozzy Osbourne in any Ozfest, festivals was forgot it was. I think it been 2006. I think it was. I think the headliner was System of a Down at that point.
Y'all care for System of a Down, the band?
Love
Mhm.
System
Not
of a
that
Down.
much. Not that much.
Really?
Really,
They
yeah.
have a handful
There
of
was-
songs I enjoy.
Toxicity, Chop Suey, Aerials.
Hmm.
I love Toxicity.
No, yeah, I know that song well. I've heard it a few times.
Everybody's going
It's a good
through
song, but
the-
Good songs, I will say, but a couple of good songs, I will
So
say.
you don't like they're too in your face for you?
It's just, I don't know, it's just not my thing, I'm kind of a lot of the new metal at that time was always about rage, wearing those tree trunk pants,
Right.
getting angry over this or whichever reason. Oh, my parents won't let me go to the prom tonight, so I'm going to cut my wrist if you.
See, I don't really
Tonight.
I don't really care. We need to get back to the number one. So real quick, I don't really care for Queen, but I'm a big Judas Priest fan, and the
I know, yeah.
vocal,
That's-
the vocals are kind of,
Yes.
I don't want to say similar, but they're very good vocals, both.
Absolutely, and credit to Rob
Yeah.
Halford. He's still able to sing that good today. Of course,
Yes.
him trying to go reach those high notes like he used to is kind of because he did say in an interview a few years back if he tries to do that nowadays, his balls would just drop off.
Go look at some of the tour from 2021, and he hit. I mean, he was in Painkiller. He was in.
Yep.
I mean, it was really good sellers. But anyways, Ark and Keith are now. Or actually, all of y'all for your first concert. Mine was Bob Seger. Who wants to go next?
Take one.
I don't know if this really counts as a
Rock.
concert.
Like rock music. No rap concerts, Keith. Only the rock. All right. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. No instinct bullshit.
All right, does Jason Aldean count? Hold on.
No, Jason Aldean is a country artist.
Well, that's okay. I mean,
Oh, okay. So
that
I've
was
only
his
been to
first
one
concert.
rock. It was Seether.
Oh, I think I mentioned
Hold
that. You mentioned that a couple times in the past there.
Okay, my first concert's a little strange. When I was old enough to pretty much go to concerts, I was mostly living in the country, pretty far from a big city. And then when I went to college, I had started college in '68, and in 1969 they brought a group on campus there that had a couple of pretty decent hits at the time, and the concert was pretty much free if you were a college student at that college. So I went
Yeah.
and saw them, and it was a group called Harper's Bazaar.
Oh, kind of like the name of the magazine there.
Yeah, except it was Bizarre, like Bizarre.
Well, hold on.
Like the
Does this?
original.
Listen, if we do go to, if we've been to country concerts, can we still list them?
Sure.
'Cause I was going to anyway. But
Yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead.
there's no problem with
All
that.
right. There you go,
And
Keith.
I know you guys have never heard of them, but they had a pretty major hit with a cover of Simon and Garfunkel's song, 59th Street Bridge song, Feeling Groovy.
Ah, I see there.
You probably don't even know that song,
I don't think I've heard about myself until you mentioned it there.
but they had a couple pretty big hits for the time, and that was my first concert.
Right. My first concert was the band Triumph.
Knew it. I knew it.
Yeah,
Wow.
Triumph when they played 1983. Never Surrender was the Never Surrender, the album at that time, was out on the shelves. It was getting massive radio airplay. My dad was the driver, so I took him with me to see a show. He enjoyed the show there, by the way. There, he liked the lights, everything else there. It was a pretty damn good show there. Foghat was the opening act there at that
Whoa.
time there. Yeah. And I guess I know that. And when I looked at the band Foghat performing there, I think I noticed Kenny Harrison, filling in on the bass guitar. Now, Kenny Harrison, by the way, has worked with Billy Squire in the early
Yes.
years there.
Some early stuff.
Yes. He also did a project with Neil Young of Journey, Sammy Hagar, and drummer Michael Shreve, who was involved with the early Santana lineup.
Was that
HSAS.
yeah.
Yes, that was it. Which, by the way, I do recommend anyone here on this call and watching on YouTube there to definitely check out. It is definitely worth it. It is a badass album.
Wire, I voted Tool on your poll.
And who's outside?
Keith, come on, goddammit. Serious fucking show. Your ass is on the line tonight, Keith. Step up. Did you see that poll I did, guys?
Brock said he went to Smashing Pumpkins in '97.
Yeah.
Oh, 97, nice.
Ah.
Jesus, really?
Oh, wow.
Have y'all ever seen Smash
No.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't either.
They're a really good group. Billy Corgan. Doesn't he play all the instruments, or can he? Doesn't he record?
Well, I don't know.
Can he play all the instruments or some shit?
I don't know about
I always
that.
heard that about him. Like, obviously, it's a touring band, but like he can play all the instruments.
Of course, there's the old joke about, do you like Smashing Pumpkins? And you're supposed to say, oh, after about 3 or 4, I get tired of doing it.
Yeah,
Heath. So we're allowed to do country concerts. So your first ever concert was Jason Aldean?
Yes. Well, that was my first rock concert.
What year was this, Keith?
2012.
Oh.
I thought you've been to like all these other shows like in the 2000s.
Yeah, I've seen Eminem.
Oh, the rap shit. Oh, the rap stuff. All right. Yeah. Well, that's another experience in itself, rap concerts.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, I've never been to one.
It's too rowdy, It's too...
Not that. I'm not a fan of rap music.
Let's see what the chat's saying. We need your list, folks.
Saw Eminem in concert 4 times.
Oh, but that's for later on. That's the artist that you've seen the most times.
Oh, okay.
What's the little sidebar, but not really? Keep it going. What's like the most little 2-seater here? Part A, Part B. What's the least expensive, and what's the most expensive you paid for a concert ticket?
Well obviously, least was free.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here for me.
I don't remember.
I think the most I paid for a concert ticket was Iron Maiden back in 2019.
How much was that?
It was about over $140-something.
Where were the seats? You're standing?
It was a seated area, but when they came out to perform, we all stood up. Yeah. Everybody.
You had to hit that. You had to hit that show right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I wanted to hit, but I saw him like in 2010 or 2011, some shit like that.
Yes, met a couple friends there at the Goose's Acre near the Woodlands Market area there near the met members of the Iron Maiden Texas chain Texas chapter fan club there. One of them ended up being my friend on Facebook. I think her name was Leah, spelled differently there. She's a bass player there.
Me and Dr. Brown will be. Me and Dr. Brown will be meeting this weekend.
That's right.
Going live and hanging out.
Yes, hopefully, that's right. It's going to be somewhere around here. It's in the, it'll be on Christmas Eve. Hopefully, by chance, they won't, throw this little scenario at me at the last minute there. Can you stay over time? Can you stay a couple hours more? Because they did that to me on Christmas Eve last year at the same place I work at now. So hopefully everything will go according to plan there. Me and YR can meet up somewhere. I think would it be by the Woodlands area? I think it is.
Yeah, I'll get you behind the scenes. I know that if everything works out on my end, which it's looking like it will, then there's a perfect place we can meet.
All right.
Right there and everything.
Right there.
Bullfrog said he paid $100 for the Smashing Pumpkins concert, and he had 4 seats.
Oh wow!
What?
Oh.
So he took up 4 seats.
No, he had floor seats.
Oh.
Even I understood that. But that was funny.
Yeah. I remember I wanted to go see Lil Wayne in concert, but I thought the tickets were too expensive. They're like $83.
All right, so I guess the ones I just got, the Judas Priest tickets, like close to.
Yeah, I know. You told us about that. $500, dude.
$500, but when everyone sees videos and where I'm going to be at, it's once in a lifetime. Had to get them. You know what I'm saying? It's a done deal, and we're gonna be there, folks.
Yeah, it's true. There.
It's gonna be amazing. But listen, and then over the years, I guess, I saw a lot of times, multiple times, group around Christmas time called the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
I heard about those.
Like when they came, like right before they got huge. Because obviously now they play like the NBA arenas, the big hockey arenas, but they're still playing like smaller venues. So we saw them like every year for a long time.
Mm.
And those tickets got, obviously like a year or two later, they got huge. And because obviously now they tour, they can have 2 shows going on the East and West Coast. They have 2 separate touring groups, and they do 2 shows a day, like a day show and then a night show in both. So they do 4 shows a day when they're touring nowadays. That's how fucking big they are and popular, and everyone wants to see them. So you can imagine how much tickets are now to see them. And when I was seeing them, and when they were big, I mean, when they were, it's pretty much established as this huge thing. Tickets were, $300 second level, $350 second level. You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, the great Devious.
Dave Rose.
Dave Rose.
Yay, what's up?
Good evening, gentlemen. I
Hello,
thought I'd call
we're
in.
glad you're here.
I talked to YR about this earlier today. I clearly don't even come up to your ankles when it comes to the number of concerts that you guys have visited or have attended. But I've been to a fair bit. I'm no slouch.
What was your first one?
The thing is, though, what's that, sir?
What was your first one?
Well, that's the problem is I don't remember. I remember my parents taking me to concerts and stuff, but I don't remember. But what I did was I did try to organize my thoughts into a list here as to because here's the thing. I attended, I can't remember, countless fucking concerts as, a teenager and stuff, but you guys would never know their names. They didn't exist for very long anyways. So I made my list.
And there's a lot of Canadian bands that wasn't popular in the U.S. But
okay, let's even go further than that. How about there's a lot of just bands in your regular town that worked for a couple of years, played some gigs at a bar. It was
Local
great,
groups.
but then they disappeared. Exactly. So I've attended a lot of those types of concerts and stuff. But what's the point even mentioning them because nobody's going to know what I'm referring to. So I've compiled a simple list of what I can remember because there was a certain time during my youth that was consumed with a lot of consumables, if you want to say that. So, just thinking off this without, an extensive amount of time going back through because I've got like photo books of ticket concerts and all that sort of shit. So I got to go back, but this is just off the top of my head from what I can remember, and I have been smoking a bit of weed. So let's just indulge me here for a moment.
All right.
Now, for bands that you guys know, I'm going to stick it first. I'm going to talk about American or international bands.
We need the year you were there too, as well, please.
I'll do my best. And then there's going to be Canadian bands, and then there's going to be a few honorable mentions to bands that nobody has ever heard of. So, okay. So, I saw Yes at...
Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. It was at Ontario Place. I can't remember what they call it. It's like an open-air covered concert venue.
Amphitheater?
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's the Molson Amphitheater, actually, because last time I checked, Molson was the one that paid for that. So, so Molson Amphitheater, I saw Yes there. I saw Supertramp there, which I won tickets to, calling Q107. And I took my dad, actually. And wow, did I get stoned there. Oh, my God.
What year was it?
That was probably in 90... No, it wasn't 94. It was 97. It was 97. I'm almost sure. I'm almost sure it was 97, but that I don't know. It's got to have been 97. Okay, so 97 Supertramp. I'm gonna have to assume this because that's when I revealed to my dad that I smoked weed, and he's like, "Yeah, I smoke weed too." Like, okay, cool.
Wow.
That's when you're in your prime, Dave, in the mid '90s, right?
Oh, I was crazy in the fucking 90s. I got a leg up on all the fucking experience that all these people got in their 20s and stuff, and that's why I retired in my 20s because I'm partied out. I fucking did what I needed. But okay, so let's assume it's about 97. I've got to look this up again. This was off the top of my head. 97 Supertramp. I think the same year was Yes. They may have actually opened for Supertramp. Okay, so now 90. We're gonna have to go back a bit into the past. 95 is when Pink Floyd does their Pulse tour. And at that point, what was called the Canadian National Exhibition wasn't a fairway, but it's basically their stadium. They had a stadium there before they destroyed it, and then they moved everyone to Skydome, which is now called Rogers Center. So they had the Pink Floyd concert there, and my dad actually bought tickets for him and my mom for one day because they were there for 2 or 3 days. And then he bought tickets for me and him to go on the second day. So, it was like bleeder, nosebleed type seats. But I had a pair of binoculars and stuff. I was able to, see the stage fairly well. There was people with bongs around me, dude.
What?
At this point, I hadn't started smoking weed, but at this point, I was like, I saw through the fucking lies about the weed and stuff. It's like, well, I'm not ready to try it yet, but hey, if people want to do that around me, I really don't care. And yeah, I was, I saw the pig inflate and then fucking go up above the stage and stuff. It was, it was a good show. But that's obviously it wasn't with Roger Waters. Then, Then I believe it was in 98, if I remember correctly. I think it was 98. No, 99. It was 99. I know this for certain now. It was 99. It was, I guess, it must have been summertime or close to summertime. High school just ended. I'd graduated. And I bought myself a ticket. I guess it was 15, 20 rows from the stage, kind of like fire. But it was a little bit more to his right to my left sort of thing. So it was nice and close up. I could have hit him with a beer can or something. And I bought my parents 2 tickets to, in this amphitheater, basically you have like multiple seats and stuff, obviously. So they were a little further back, obviously, because, they also told me, well, I surprised them about it, but, when sort of trying to gauge their interest in this, they were telling me like about how the sound is kind of loud and so forth. So I thought, okay, obviously I'm saving some money as well, but, put them in the seats that are further away and they could still both attend. I don't remember how much I dropped, and YR was asking about this. I think my seat might have been at least 150, and their seats were each, I have to guess 100. I can't remember exactly how much. I've got the tickets.
Why were they cheaper?
They're cheaper because they were much further away.
Oh, okay.
The
ones that are most close are more expensive.
It's not that. Again, the amphitheater is not that big, so it's not nosebleeds. They were just further away. And then the cool thing about this is the amphitheater actually has the ability where they'll sell you tickets to just sit on the lawn, so you're not covered and stuff by the tent, but at least you can watch the show and so forth. Which is kind of cool to be on the grass and so forth. That's always nice with a festival. But so basically that was in 99. I'm almost certain it was in 99. Maybe I'm wrong. Either 98 or 99. It was basically right after I graduated. Either after I graduated high school or right before. Okay, regardless, I'm sorry. I'm still a little stoned. But that was an amazing concert because I got so fucking stoned too. And that amphitheater, I don't understand because it's open air, and yet the smoke that just culminated from everyone smoking weed. I had to but like a rickshaw passed by, and I couldn't walk. I had a body buzz, and I was just like, because I told my parents, you just do your own thing. I'll go home later, So they went off on their own way and stuff, and I couldn't walk back to the fucking subway station. So I had to get one of these fucking these rickshaws that has a guy pulling it and stuff to take me back to the station. So that was a funny little anecdote from that. But that Roger Waters show was fucking great. And I think it was in '96 that I went to go see Offspring. Sorry if the list isn't out of order. But I went to go see Offspring on concert, which was a good show. I was actually front row. Well, there wasn't no seats. There wasn't no seats. It was just an open area. And I pushed myself to the front there against the metal barrier. And yeah, I was there. So it was fucking cool. I also saw Monster Magnet. And that fucking amazing show. And I got so stoned there too, man. I went to the bathroom. I went into one of the toilet areas and closed the door and just smoked this fucking joint. And it was, oh my God, I was wrecked, but it was so good. That show was fucking incredible. So those are the American bands. And I'm going to try to wrap it up here. I know I do drone on. But those are the American bands that most of you and people watching will know, at least recognize. Now, for Canadian bands, I'll summarize quickly because there's a lot, so I'll just pick the big ones. Kim Mitchell, I've seen in concert, fucking great.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Our Lady Peace, I saw.
What?
And yep, and Headstones.
I think I heard of them.
You never heard of Headstones?
No, I haven't there.
Okay, I'll have to send you a few tracks because they are really, really good.
All right.
And then there's a band similar to them, the Cinderblocks, out of New Jersey. They're
No, that's the community band that we're all going to form.
Oh, there you go.
Travis on drums. We got Earl on guitar.
Mm-hmm.
We got me on harmonica. Tambourine for YR.
and rhythm guitar as well. I'm backup guitar.
Sure, yeah.
Earl's a lead.
That's right. You bought a third guitar because you stole Keith's credit card, didn't you? Third guitar.
Oh shit.
And
I played guitar.
just as final honorable mentions, there's a personal band that I knew, Ace Face. Nobody's ever going to hear from them. And Chort was actually a very cool band. Actually, I'd recommend that you check them out. TCHORT. I knew the main singer. Try to help him out, promote his band and stuff. And their evolution was actually very cool. It's called like comic book acid rock, and it's got other terms too. It's like it's crazy and funky, but yeah, there we go. There's my list of bands that I've seen that I can remember at this moment. I'm sure that after this, I'm going to be like, fuck, man, I forgot to tell them about this. But hey, at least there's some legitimacy to my ramblings, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, there. I'm going to do my list of other bands I've seen. Now, the last concert I saw was this Motley Crue tribute group called Simply the Crew. That was at the Concert Pub North. It was the weekend before I got fired from my last job, and a couple weeks before the COVID struck us from behind there. The best concert I ever saw was Iron Maiden back in 1985 at the Joe Louis Arena, the World Slavery Tour. I was amazed by the songs, the way the stage sets, the way they performed the music, you name it there. Worst concert I ever saw, Andy Scott's Swede at the Ritz in Roseville in '93. It was actually, I expected it to be like the same Sweet lineup that we saw in 1990. Mick Tucker on drums, Andy Scott on guitar, and new singer, new bass player. But it wasn't like that. It was just Andy Scott with a whole bunch of new guys on there. Just wasn't the Sweet that I expected to see from 2 years ago. So I was kind of disappointed at that. The most surprising concert I saw was Shotgun Messiah back in '93 at the Ritz again. By this time they have gone from the glam to industrial approach. You remember a song of theirs they had titled Violet New Breed, which is a damn good song there. And I was like really surprised and amazed by how the songs were structured, how they were performed. I was like, wow, I got to see this group again if they come around there. I was really damn impressed. And the artist that I've seen the most, the pride of Vancouver, British Columbia, Skitty Puppy. Saw them first in 1988, and I saw them last in 2015 at the Warehouse Live.
Can I throw in a couple here?
Go right ahead, dude.
All right, so multiple times as well, 'cause I like to see groups multiple times. Put up on the screen here.
Mhm.
Up the years, Jimmy Buffett,
Oh yeah, I remember you
Well,
mentioned
band.
about that.
multiple times.
Those
throughout the
concerts might
years.
be crazy.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
people boozing it up.
Look at
It's
the picture
seriously
on the screen.
Fucking
and that's
drunk
pretty
milfs
much,
everywhere.
yeah, it's fun. A lot of people just go to that, which they call the sharking lot party.
Oh yeah, I see there.
And most people go to that and get. I mean, there's a lot of young people, partying, and they have like tiki booths and tents and RVs, and
Yep.
I mean, it's
Kind
just
of like the same thing with the Deadheads, parking lot
yeah,
parties
it
there.
really
Yeah.
is.
Except there, instead of weed, there's a lot of tequilas, a lot of margaritas.
it really is huge
And
following,
a lot of puking.
and obviously the concerts multiple times throughout the year, throughout the years. We also go to that, and sneaking a little cannabis. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
You do smell it. You do smell it for sure, Brown.
Yeah.
You do smell
I-
cannabis at a lot of concerts.
Yeah, a
lot of
couple
concerts.
times I have. Yep. Hmm.
And
Oh,
yeah,
I just want to quickly add that I used to know a backup player and singer for Chilliwack. Which is,
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He actually started hosting karaoke at one point, and I was helping him out, making him graphics and shit, and yeah, it was fun.
Nice. Whatever happened to Chilliwack? Did he just break up, for some reason?
I think they
or-
retired eventually.
Oh wow. Because I remember me and Ark spoke about that group a couple times in the past
do.
there. Gone, 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 My Girl. I remember that was a big hit on the old MTV back in the days there.
yeah, real great.
Yep.
So if anyone, I mean, I know Jimmy Buffett might not be people's taste, but he has a huge catalog of songs. The concerts are always, and this is I'm a big proponent. I like the live music. By these rap concerts, they do the backing tracks. They play the real song. There's no, I mean, sometimes they have DJ or whatever, but I like live music concerts. Have y'all ever had an bad experience with that? Like anyone using backing tracks or lip syncing? Like, Kiss?
No, I
I've
listened to
seen
real
Kiss 3
music.
times.
No, I never had that issue there.
Really?
I never had that issue.
I listened to real music.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, sure there.
Anyways, I'm getting to if anyone wants to party,
Well,
Jimmy Buffett
I gotta
concerts.
throw this when you talk about this. The band I mentioned, Skinny Puppy, they have backing tracks when they do their live shows, and for the obvious reason because it's hard to somewhat recreate the synthesizer sounds to the percussion instruments because they're mostly from drum machines and that. You're going to need about up to 100 percussionists to somewhat recreate the same.
Or you need one Neil Peart.
Yep, that's true there.
That's a band I wish I'd seen. Rush.
Yeah, I know, Rush. Yeah, I still there was one concert I wanted to see back when I was a kid. It was the original wall performances by Pink Floyd from 1980, but sadly they never came to Detroit at that time, and it was
that
only
would've been
6
amazing
cities.
too.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't wanted to see, but my parents were like, no, and like the way they were. I remember my mom was begging me, please don't see Black Sabbath when he come to Cobo Arena, please don't. I'm like, well, guess what? I went anyway. And guess what, Momsy? Nothing happened.
Have y'all ever went to any
It
concerts?
sounds like the
in,
movie Detroit Rock City.
Yep.
where
It is a good one.
the overly religious parents trying to keep the kids from going to
Yep. For us to go and see
some
Kiss.
rock and roll.
Yep.
Has any
absolutely.
of y'all or know anyone that has gotten any at a concert? You know what I'm
Got
saying?
any poontang?
Yes.
Not that I know of, no.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of horny, desperate women at concerts.
Maybe not not maybe obviously back in the day, but not nowadays. It's harder because like if you see these older rock bands, if from the 80s, 70s, or even 90s, I mean, it's not a lot of young people. It's usually couples, sometimes a lot, and older people. It's not really that wild. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
no,
saying?
yeah. Kind of go there to go see these tribute bands, reminisce old times when you used to see them back in
No,
the
you're
70s
wrong.
era.
Why are you're wrong? Because if you're
What
going
do
to
you
watch
mean?
this stuff, I'll prove you wrong right now. If you're going to watch this stuff and you weren't listening to this in its heyday, it means there's others, including females, that are there as well, that are the same like you, where they recognize good quality music. They are there, and they don't care that this music came out before they were even born. So
Well,
you can get relative age pussy at a concert.
Yeah.
Why are you shooting so low, YR?
but no,
Aim
because
for
it
the
depends
stars.
on the act you're seeing though. If you're going to a rap concert, then
No,
obviously, yeah, there's a bunch of party people and it's going
no,
down.
dude.
But
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You're telling me. You're telling me when I went to go see fucking Roger Waters that there weren't people at my age there. You know,
Morning?
granted that most of the people that grew up listening to Roger Waters and enjoyed him were, probably double my age at that point. But you don't think that there was other people like me that were the opposite gender? Well, actually, let's be honest. Actually, I should have mentioned this earlier. No, well, here's the honesty.
wait, Dave, were you
No,
horny?
here's the honest truth: is that I don't kiss and
No.
tell. But remember
At
the
the
rickshaw
concert,
story?
were you
Remember the
horny?
rickshaw story? Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Basically, I got a girl to join me on that rickshaw, and we went back to her hotel. So,
right.
okay,
Wow.
so
Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting there.
so like
What?
YR, and she was my age. So and
Right.
actually, she was American. She flew into fucking Canada to fucking go watch that concert, dude. So
That's understandable there. Sometimes you got to fly out way out where you're at there to see this one band there because they're not coming to your town, obviously, and you must
Yep.
go. I must
and it's
see
cheaper
this
to
band
fucking
before I
fly
die.
there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
my-
so YR, don't undersell yourself. Consider the fact that yes, these places might have a lot of old people, but there's probably young people. No, statistically, there are young people amongst that crowd because if you're there, there's other people like you there too. Simple as that. Take it from a genius.
My mom's gonna fly to Nashville to see it.
Ooh, that is a hot
Oh, wow.
ticket too.
Oh,
Dave
Yeah.
Brown.
She
Would
gonna
you
get
ever want?
AIDS too?
Would y'all ever want to see Elton John?
Wait, what'd you say, Dave?
What?
She gonna get AIDS too from Elton John?
Oh
No.
my God.
No, I can't. I'm not going because I can't stand Elton John. But I do want to see Buju Banton in concert
Who?
now that he's out of jail.
Who's,
You know, if
who's,
you- if-
who's
you know,
this guy?
I have a good suggestion. Get a case of diarrhea, shit it into the bowl, put your head into the bowl, and then flush, and then you've seen his concert.
Oh my
basically.
God. Oh, dude. I don't even know what that is that he mentioned. Is that a dessert from
a
France or
Jamaican
something?
rapper. He's
Of
a
course,
Jamaican
it's a rapper. See, I only guessed it was a rapper, but you know,
I thought there's
Yeah.
something you order from the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah. He's a Jamaican rapper.
Oh. I know he used to brag about Jamaican rappers all the time,
Yes.
unfortunately.
yes, the band.
I also want to see Chevelle in concert.
What does that make of the car?
No,
It's
they
like a
do hard
2000
rock.
band.
Yeah, early 2000. Yeah,
Yeah,
remember.
they're not very good.
They still make new music now.
Okay,
What-
does that change what I just said? I just said they don't make good music. So
Well, I mean, my opinion is they do make good music.
yeah, and
But
your
then
opinion.
again, your opinion is a lot more different than our opinion, unfortunately.
well, as I've explained in the past, some opinions can be proven wrong.
Yep.
One concert I want to hopefully to check out sometime, it will have to be Gary Newman playing at Numbers nightclub next year. I've been itching to see Gary Newman for a while now because I've heard a lot of his recent stuff and it's pretty damn good, including there's this one album he came out, I guess it was in early, it was in 97, 94. It was called Sacrifice. It was basically the songs that he recorded for the comic book in the UK, Dawn. I remember my ex-girlfriend had the Dawn CD with all these tracks on it, and I recorded it on cassette, and I love the record there. And of course, I found out it was also re-released under the name Sacrifice here in the States. So pretty much, but I would like to check out Gary Newman sometime soon there, if I'm able to hopefully get that chance next year.
All right, I'm gonna bounce out so you guys can keep talking about
Thank you.
your concerts and stuff. But thanks for taking my call and indulging
All
me.
right, glad to have you on,
It's
dude.
Dave Rose.
All right.
He was horny at the Pink Floyd concert in 1994. Very interesting.
Okay, the last
Keith.
concert you ever saw.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keith, I highly recommend. I haven't finished my list though. I have more artists I've been to. Real quick, Keith,
Okay.
Yes.
can you please go to the Elton John concert? It's worth it.
No, I hate Elton. Well, it's too
Ah.
late now. She's taking her sister to go.
Damn.
Oh,
Have-
wow.
Tell her to take pictures.
Well,
Okay.
I
Send a
saw
video
Elton
on
John.
your phone.
Go ahead, Art.
I mean, I would want to go now. 'Cause
Keith,
I
let
do-
Art talk. Damn it. Art, go
Okay.
ahead.
I saw Elton John with Billy Joel
Ooh.
on that concert
Yeah.
when they
What
toured.
year?
Oh, I don't remember, but it was when, well, if you're familiar with landmarks in Dallas, when Irving Stadium was still standing. Went and saw him there before the Cowboys
Yeah.
moved to Arlington.
That's the
Simmer
that was
Down
the
is the
piano.
new tool.
Mm.
But
I'll do
that was a good concert, and actually that would almost qualify as my most surprising concert because I didn't expect much, and it was great.
Right. Interesting there. And this was a Piano Man tour from many years back. It was in 1990ish, 91, I think it was.
It could have been then. I don't remember
Alright.
sure, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, that turned out to be a very enjoyable concert.
Yeah.
The coolest part was when they each played one of the other guy's songs.
Yeah, I was going to say that was probably the most interesting moments of that show there.
Yeah, because Elton John played a Billy Joel song, then Billy Joel turned around and played an Elton John song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty good concert actually. Like I said, I didn't go in expecting much, and I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. Anybody remember the David Bowie with 9 Inch Nails concert tour from 1995?
No.
It was David Bowie. He was just releasing an album titled Outside, the Nathan Adler Diaries. 9 Inch Nails was still high and successful from last year's Downward Spiral. They decided to do a tour together there. A band called Prick was the opening line.
Prick.
Yeah, they were signed to Trent's record label titled Nothing Records at that time. One of their songs was getting a lot of massive airplay on MTV and at the clubs in Detroit there. The song Animal was a big hit there. In fact, now here's something else. Now this is something really interesting here. 9 Inch Nails comes on, they're doing their show, everything's going good. Now, Wolfax shared the same stage. They didn't tear anything down. They just didn't switch this drum kit, that drum kit there. It was the same equipment there, except for 9 Inch Nails had to move some of their equipment there for the David Bowie band. Bowie comes out while 9 Inch Nails is doing this instrumental interlude there. He comes out, a couple of members of Bowie's band comes out as well, and he do Scary Monsters, Reptile, a version of Hurt, where they both collaborate on vocals there, Bowie and Reznor. And then after a while, 9 Inch Nails left, and the Bowie started doing his set there, which was mostly from the Outside album. And I heard about this bit prior to hand, and this did happen during the show that me and a couple of gals saw there. People were mostly leaving during Bowie's set. I don't know if it was because Bowie set was more tamer than Nine Inch Nails were, but I don't know for some reason why they were doing that, but I think it may have been the idea, Bowie, he needs to step up his game a little bit more, but which he eventually did a couple years later when he put out that album Earthling, which was pretty damn good there. And around that time, he started doing a lot more smaller venues like the State Theater in Detroit that same year that album came out. All right.
Christmas time. So a couple more concerts I've been to. Kiss 3 times.
All right, nice.
At one time, I was basically like second row and had to wait all day. It was like an outdoor type deal and other opening bands. But I waited all day with the face paint on and everything, guys. Very
Nice.
hot summer day.
Ah,
And it
Wow.
got up to the second row. I mean, it was like a general admission thing. And so
wow.
I eventually ended up like pretty much second. It was second, row, standing up.
Nice.
And I was right there. Took out a couple doobies, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Another time I actually saw Creed. Creed, second row, was a general admission type deal as well. And I ended up not first row, but second row. But again, there was no seats. So when I say row, I was directly behind the people in the first,
All
I
right
guess,
there.
row, if you want to call
Now
it, right?
did Scott Stapp, the singer, act like a total queef bag during
No,
that
it was a
show?
great concert. I smoked a J.
All right.
Christian concert, and there was a band. I don't know if you've heard of them, the Christian rock group called Skillet.
Yes, I
Oh,
have.
I
Yeah.
like Skillet.
And the
They
reason I
opened for
asked,
them.
and the reason I asked about that because a couple times Scott Stapp during one performance was so out of it that fans were like to try to demand their refund for that.
No,
that
it was
show
fucking. It was fucking great. It was awesome.
there.
It
I
was,
love
good there.
it was like
My
in the tail end of them like being together type thing. It was like in
Yeah.
the tail end. You know what I'm saying? Go
My
ahead,
favorite,
Keith. Ramble over everyone. Go ahead. What?
favorite Skillet song is Monster. It's like,
It's fucking great.
I feel like a monster. And then at the
great.
end, it's like, I feel like a monster.
Were you possessed?
No,
Halloween was 2 months ago. All right.
I've been to
So,
a
let's
Kiss
see.
concert too.
It's
And
good,
in
right?
fact, they were double billed with Ted Nugent.
Ooh.
when
What
those
year?
some
What
of-
year was this?
This was about 8-10 years ago.
Oh wow. Kiss were doing a lot of second. They were basically doing a lot of double billing. They did it with Aerosmith and Motley Crue a couple times there.
The coolest things I remember about it is, I don't know if you've ever been to a Nugent concert, but at the end of, I don't recall which song, he straps a guitar to a rope and they pull it up into the rafters, and he goes and gets a bow and arrow and shoots a flaming arrow into the guitar.
Wow. I think I remember hearing about that ages ago. Him
Oh
doing
yeah.
that there.
It's the Gibson
Birdland.
Birdland. So a couple others I've been to. That Kiss one, Poison did open up for him. Poison was really good live. And then I saw Def Leppard, Poison, and Cheap Trick one year. This was probably 2009, 2010. Pretty decent seats. I mean, it was like an amphitheater, like the Woodlands Pavilion, kind of like that. And pretty decent seat. I mean, it wasn't like, first 20 rows or nothing, but it was, I got up closer, I snuck a little closer, and I was pretty jamming there. I had tickets, bought tickets, couldn't go because they're boarding school, but I got tickets to Van Halen.
Oh,
And
All right.
one of Bob Marley's sons, Keith, Kai Manny Marley, was opening. who I've seen before. A little sidebar on the reggae beat here. It was an international festival in Houston, and they had Stephen Marley, Keith, Mandy Marley concert.
Yeah.
I was there. I mean, I was basically first row. I mean, it was in the grass area, and there was a stage, so I was like right up there. And I got the set list that they tape onto the stage. I actually got that. I still have it to this day. That was probably, and this isn't a joke, that really probably was 2005. I think that was like around 2005.
I think Stephen Marley is like the T-Pain of Jamaican rap, because like Stephen Marley, he doesn't rap.
Okay. All right. What else? Oh, I went to the rodeo, the Houston rodeo, Brown.
Oh yeah,
And
I know my nephew been there a couple times in the band. That's most
pain in the ass.
pop concert shows there. Really?
Yeah, like you can't. There's no
how-
parking. You have to take a shuttle bus to get there. So they have like shuttle bus spots where you park your car and
Wow.
like, it takes you to the to the Astrodome area right there. But like it's a pain in the ass. There's people. There's a shitload of people, and I saw Barry Manilow right once,
Barry
and then
Manilow?
I saw he was at the radio. The rodeo.
Wow, that's surprising. That alone is surprising to hear.
I did see that. It was boring as shit. I was probably like 9.
Of
or
course,
something. I
obviously,
didn't-
man, it's Barry Manilow. What do you expect, dude?
Well, see, that was when, unfortunately, like my my stepmom had her cancer and she couldn't go, so I went in her
Wow.
place. So
Well, I
I
see
wouldn't.
there.
But and then also
you
at
went
the
back there.
rodeo.
I bet you went back to her and said, like, Grandmama, you did not miss nothing. Barry Manilow stunk, man. Jeez, he came out, of course, he revealed himself to be gay a couple of years back.
Yes.
He finally came out of the closet.
Didn't he die?
Which is obviously, no, he's still around.
And then at the
And,
rodeo
which-
as well, twice I saw country artist Keith Alan Jackson.
I like Jackson.
And see, at the rodeo, when you go in Houston, which is basically like the biggest rodeo, because they have all the big name concerts, the stage circles around, like it rotates around.
Yeah,
But
I
the only
see that.
bad
Yeah,
thing
I
is
can
when you
imagine.
go to that Reliance Stadium where where the Texans play, it's concrete, and so everything echoes, and it's just a horrible place for a concert. It really is.
Oh.
I think Selena did a rodeo. And then obviously,
Selena, I see there, yeah.
yeah. And then George Strait does the rodeo every year. He's doing it again this year or something. He was always famous for doing the Houston Livestock Show and rodeo concerts.
I think we
With the
got to acknowledge. We should acknowledge Selena because she was long considered the queen of Texas music. When you think about it, there,
Yeah.
she's still more in
Tejano.
Tejano music. Yes, I think the best thing to say about her is you still, if you go to a flea market, you still see shirts, you still see blankets, you still see
Especially in Houston.
yeah.
Like it's that was her home
Yeah.
city.
Wasn't she a Houston native?
Yeah,
Or
like Corpus
from-
Christi area.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Corpus Christi is not far from Houston, if I am correct.
Yeah, it's like because in Texas, it's like how New York has their coast and stuff. Like the island of New York, it's like Galveston. It's like our coast. You know what I'm saying?
All right, there. All right, hold on a second. My lightsaber's talking to me.
Or Long Island, I guess you would call it, huh?
All right.
Like
I've been
our
charging
Long
my
Island
lightsaber.
is- Your light, you have to charge it.
Yeah, well, we
What?
charge it once in a while there. I got this. I told you about. You saw the lightsaber I got when I showed on Flophouse Networks and Insomniac there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I made a video about it there. Saw it.
Oh, and then I saw. Oh, here's a couple ones I forgot that I've seen. I don't know if you ever heard of this venue, Ark, but the famous venue Trees.
Yes.
Trees.
Is that the one in Austin?
Not Dallas.
Oh wow.
Oh, no, I don't know that
That's
one.
where they had a huge ride. Like Nirvana played there,
Oh wow.
like back in the day, and they had this huge, like Cobain jumped off stage and had this big fight and stuff. It's like this big.
Oh wow. Let me guess. Somebody was getting harassed in the audience, and Cobain wasn't going to stand around and
I
let
think it's like
that
a security guard, like an asshole security guard or something. It's a famous story. But like it's a small venue, right? And I saw a couple bands there. I saw, I want to call them a band, but Vanilla Ice. Great. People were smoking joints inside and stuff. It was crazy.
Oh, wow.
It was like an
wow.
older crowd. It wasn't like really wild like that. It's a really small venue, really packed. And I don't know if you heard that group around from the 80s, Faster Pussycat.
Yes, I have.
Very good line.
Babbling on and on and on. That was a great song.
Was Vanilla
Off the
Ice
Pain.
performed Bipolar album? That's my favorite Vanilla Ice album, Bipolar. Because like the first half is rap and the second half is rock.
Oh, that's when he went into his rock phase, right? That was lame.
Yeah. Probably the new metal phase, I guess you could say.
Let me think. Obviously, the Eagles a couple years ago. Probably one of the best concerts. Like 4 hours long. They played
Of course, yeah.
like 45 different songs.
And this was with the new 6-man lineup that they have, which including, Deacon, Fry, Glenn's son there.
Fry's
and of
son,
course,
yes.
Yes, and of course Vince Gill in the lineup there.
Speaking of tribute bands, when you're talking about that, there's one out there called, saw them twice. This first time probably in 99 or 2000. I was a very small youngster. Traveled to Victoria, Texas, out of the way there.
Right.
And in a little school auditorium, it was a tribute band for the Beatles called 1964 Tribute. Spot on.
I heard about that, yeah.
I mean, there's tons of tribute bands for the Beatles, but these were spot on.
Nice.
And we saw them years later down at the Art Entertainment District in Houston. Probably 10 years later, they got a little bit more bigger and stuff. A great tribute band for the Beatles.
All right.
Let me think. Oh, obviously the Iron Maiden concert, Dream Theater opened for them. That was like 2011, 2012. Didn't know as much Iron Maiden songs as they do now, deeper catalog, but I still went to that. Let me keep thinking, Keith, any other country concerts you've been to?
No, only one. Jason Aldean, that was the only one.
Oh, the Seether show, it was just Seether, no one other bands were playing it?
Okay, some horrible alternative rock band opened up, and then it was Seether, and then it was Three Doors Down.
And at that last Kiss show I went to, I did get a pick thrown by Paul Stanley, and I lost it a long time ago, but
oh wow,
I did have that. And I went to see a Bret Michaels solo show years ago. This was probably like 2009, 2010, with a friend of mine, and that was back. Keith, you'll get a kick out of this. That was back when the K2 was big.
Oh yeah.
So it was an inside venue. Actually, it was where the Mavericks play. It was the Dallas Mavericks where they play basketball. We snuck in a K2J, and Bret Michaels' solo act. He played other songs. He played. This was the light up of the J. He played Sublime's "What I Got." When we heard that, we were like, "Oh shit, light it up!" You know, it's kind of like it's synthetic marijuana for all you squares out
what
there.
What strain of K2 were you smoking?
I don't know. It's like a house brand. So it was like right when it first came out, though. It was like, it's hot. And so, and that was a fucking great concert. And Vinnie Paul came out, and he was playing like cowbell for one of the songs, and he threw the drumstick. And my friend caught that drumstick. Caught that fucking drumstick for Vinnie Paul over 10 years.
Collector's item now.
And we got a little scuffle with people in front of us because they're my glasses fell off. And people, when you light up something, especially in an indoors venue, people look around, and some people are cool, and there's a person behind us that wanted to hit it, so we passed it to them, and we got in a little scuffle with a person. People drink, get drunk, and act like dicks, but that was a great concert. Damn, that was good. I'm gonna keep thinking here because there's some more gems. Been to a lot. What's the worst concert experiences from y'all?
I already mentioned mine. The Andy Scott's suite from '93.
Okay, I got one. In 2004, I went to a rap concert with this girl Brittany. We saw a whole bunch of rap artists, and like we split like 50 blunts. Like I had 25
Liar.
blunts.
You're a
25.
goddamn
50.
liar.
Why?
No.
Goddamn 50 blunts.
Yeah, she brought in 50 blunts in her purse. So we
How
split
old
it.
were you?
18.
Weirdo. How old was she?
18.
All right.
So you're both 18. So you
Yeah,
smoked all
we
those
graduated.
blunts.
We graduated in the same class. We went to the same high school.
Wow.
She had boobs?
Yes. And she lived like 10 minutes away from me, but I didn't even know that. So like,
Did you ever lick her boobs?
yeah, I would.
Nice.
But you
How
never
would
did.
how would you do it? Like if you put your face in the boobs, how would it sound?
Like a motorboat.
Like that.
Right.
So we at the end of the concert, I was so high that we were walking around the parking lot for 2 hours, and I couldn't find my car for 2 hours.
Keith, ladies and gentlemen, Keith used to drive cars for real,
Wow,
motherfucker.
surprise! Wow.
For real.
Are you
Yep.
driving cars now?
This guy,
Or
bro,
no?
he had an Acura. What else did you have?
No, I had a Subaru Impreza 92. It didn't have that many miles on it.
Did you have like the system in there, music system?
No, it was the radio it came with. It was actually
Fuck,
my
did you pass the
grandma.
driving test, bro. I mean, like, how did you do that, bro? That is a huge thing, bro. Damn.
Yeah, in 2002 I went to the DMV. I took the computer test, the written test,
nice.
which is on a computer.
Working with rocket scientists over here, folks.
Yep, I
Wow.
passed that. Then I did the driving test. I passed that, so I was on. What's that thing called you get before your license? Where
Beginner's
you need to
permit.
drive? Yeah, learner's permit.
Yeah, driver's permit.
Yeah, so and I had that for like I don't know 1 or 2 years, and then I got my regular license like in I don't know 2003 or 2004. And I was driving to school. I was driving when I went to college. I was driving to college. And then in 2006, I let a 14-year-old kid drive my car because I saw him drive before and it was good. But he crashed my car into
Okay,
an
we heard
Oh
this.
my
Back to
gosh.
concert. Horrible story. We already heard it.
So since then, I haven't had a car.
Oh
Well,
god.
great. Don't lend people your shit, Keith.
Yeah,
Never
that's
do
right.
that. Never.
What was I gonna say? Let's see. I'm trying to think. Oh, I did. Well, I'll throw in this rap concert just so you know. 'Cause it was pretty fun. I did see Young Jeezy, Keith.
Oh yeah, I saw him twice.
It was like
Alright.
it was like a show where like there was other groups too. So they had the Houston Crew, Slim Thug, Paul Wall,
Okay.
Zero there.
Wow.
Yep.
Lil Kiki.
Uh,
We smoked a little thing there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And it was
Did
fun.
he perform Southside?
Yeah, all those hits.
All right.
Let's see what else. Oh, here's a big one. This wasn't technically a concert I attended, but they were there and they played a song from WrestleMania 17. Triple H came out. Motorhead played.
Oh yeah.
his theme song.
Nice.
At the time, I was so
Played
fucking
the
young.
game.
I didn't know that. I didn't put two and two together. I didn't know like who Motorhead was. I didn't know. I was like 8. or
Way
some
too
shit.
young. Yeah.
So I didn't know back then. I mean, like I knew like when I was like 4 or 5 or 6. Like I had 2 songs that I liked. listening to Collective Soul, Shine,
I like
Let Light
Collective
Shine
Soul.
Down, and then Bush, Come Down.
Wow.
Those are my two songs. You know what I'm saying? I
I
got
love
excited the time those songs came on, but what I was trying to say here, Keith, go ahead.
I love Shine Down. I bought Shine. I think it was their first
No.
CD.
Collective Soul, the song
Oh, Shine.
Let
Oh,
Light
yeah.
Shine Down. Let Your Light Shine Down.
Yeah, I like that one. And what was it? Y Part 2?
Yeah.
I like
What was
both
the
of those
last
real
concert?
well.
What was the last concert that you been to, Keith?
Seether in 2017.
Yeah.
Mine was, I
Why the fuck did you
mentioned
want to see them? Why did you want to see them?
They were my favorite rock band at the time. But now my favorite rock band is Breaking Benjamin.
Judas Priest.
Yep.
Wait,
mine,
that's
never mind.
JB's favorite band is Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah. I heard that before.
Yeah, mine was, I mentioned, was the Motley Crue tribute at the Concert Pub North there. It was a couple of days before I lost my last job there, and then the pandemic struck us like a clothesline.
Right.
Yeah. And that's about it for me. I haven't seen any shows, although been in the clubs since then. Like I said, I'm hoping this close to get me a car so I can start going down to the concert pub, and Numbers pretty there again soon there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Numbers is a gothic club, right? Like a
Yes,
gothic.
it is. Yeah, absolutely there. I think they have Front 242 playing there. And in fact, I got to read this little story there. YR calls me while I was on the way to Numbers on a Friday night there. And that what they have is classic Numbers on that particular night where they play all the 80s classics and underground stuff there. Like we also, and I finally called back. It was Mars, Jake Bars, Old Man Davey, YR, and YR said, I told him what I was going to be going, and said like, oh, I'm going to meet you there, and so at the I go into Numbers nightclub expecting to see YR, and I haven't seen him there. I was like, what the fuck?
I think I was fucking around with you.
I was going to say like, dude, and you were like the next when I called you back. I think it's like, oh, there's a bunch of gothic people.
Brown, that's where that is a gothic club. I would never go to that. It's too dark for me.
Oh, dude, embrace the darkness, dude.
What do they having drinks there?
Oh, yeah, but I'm not a drinker, but I'm sure they probably had a lot of good stuff there.
Oh, man, they be having those horny goth girls like Paige there.
Paige, yeah, not the WWE Paige, but I don't really know any of the other gals up there behind the counter. Lesbian. Well, lesbians are hot too there.
It's true.
That's true. My favorite night to go in there is when they have a call. I'm not sure. I think it was called, Cyber Wasteland or DOS Machine. This is where they play a lot of Argo, techno, industrial stuff there. Groups like Combi Christ, VB Nation, Gretel, and Suicide Commando there. I'm hoping to go down there to check that out pretty soon there. Hopefully we get this car tomorrow. Then we'll be all set to go. Of course, it'll be after Christmas, being this coming Saturday here.
And we will be seeing each other, hopefully.
Yeah,
I have you in the DMs.
I would love to definitely. We got to hook up and do a live stream on your channel there because I'm unable on my end there because I know I got to have about 1,000 subscribers to do that on my.
Nah, you can do it on the phone. You can do it on your phone now.
That's what I tried to do it on my phone there. I did.
Allow you?
Yeah, I did. I tried it a couple of times when I was at the dog park. I also tried to do it when it was me and the crew was at Galveston.
Maybe it's just an iPhone thing or something.
I don't know. I don't have an iPhone. That's probably one of the reasons why. People say you should probably get an OBS for your phone there. I tried to do that, but bullshit keeps coming up in the way there. I don't know what the fuck. I got to keep trying until it actually goes. Actually does. Blah, I'm getting tongue tied there. I should stop yakking for a moment there.
everyone good? Did everyone's concert pick?
Yes, I
Yep.
did. Yep, I did mine. That's for sure. There.
Well, Keith, would you like to close this out?
Well, I didn't do
Yeah.
mine, but
Oh,
I
go
did.
ahead. My bad.
well, we've
Go
run out
right
of
ahead,
time
Alt. It's
anyway.
all your. Now we got still that time there.
Well, I was gonna say we can pick it up on Thursday because I wanted to cover walking too.
Well, actually, we could do it tomorrow night because Here's the deal situation. I was going to make a vlog about this. As you know, I mentioned on Ken, I had this big pain in my neck.
You go to a chiropractor.
I did. Well, I didn't go to a chiropractor.
Oh, I thought
today.
you were talking
Went
about a
to-
person.
No. Well, actually, what it was, this happened on a Sunday afternoon while I was on the job there. My neck was hurting really bad. So I told my brother-in-law and sister about it. Said, you know, we have an urgent care down the block. Let's go there. And it turns out I have this thing called, I cannot how it's pronounced, it's hypo something thermia. I get a
Hypothermia?
Yeah, no, there's something like that. It ends with a
Yeah.
Y there. But I guess I knew it was something was wrong, but I was trying to eat something there, and it was a ticket. It was kind of like getting clogged there. It's like something swollen up inside of my neck there. It was making it impossible to swallow anything, whether it's a ravioli or a piece of beef there. So I'm on these antibiotics. I had to call my work and let them know, give them the little slip of paper.
Can you
and I'm
eat
gonna be
beef?
off. Yes. Well, I'm going to be off tomorrow and Wednesday. Now, if they're going to want me to come in on Thursday to make it up there, I can do that. But tomorrow and the next day, I will be off work, so we could do more Arknolia the Doctor / Music Maniacs. How's that sound, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that tomorrow. We'll pick up where we left off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that sound. I like that. That sounds
And
pretty
then we're
good.
gonna listen. I have been meaning we'll get into some current, rock and metal news,
Yeah, we got to do
tours.
that.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
This Tool tour.
Yeah.
See the concert prices aren't that bad. Aren't that
Oh,
bad?
nice. That sounds
like $600
good.
you can get on the front section by the stage. 600. So being like
is
Tool, it should be a couple thousand right up there by the stage. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, interesting there.
We'll
know
be
that was-
diving into a little bit more news tomorrow as well. Remind me,
Absolutely. I remember that was the second episode we did of the show last year. We were talking about concert prices going way up through the roof like they were.
yeah.
It's like, holy shit. Damn.
So, Keith, would you like to plug Bullfrog Channel? You and me will be over there watching Raw tonight.
Yeah, Bullfrog Channel Raw watch along going on probably right now or really soon.
Yeah, whether it's wrong, it's on right now there.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to take care of some chores around the house. And if there's any issues and drama going on, definitely let me know so I can join
Yes.
in. Oh, that's for sure there. Because
Love
with
the
Bullfrog,
drama.
there's always
Love
going to
the-
be... Because with Bullfrog, there's always drama involved, no matter
Yeah.
what.
Yeah.
All right, so
All
we're
right,
going to close
brothers.
out the show, and like we said, thanks to this issue with my neck, I'm going to be off for a couple of days from work. So we will resume tomorrow evening, same time, 6 p.m. Central. All right, so for Keith, YR, Arknolia, and myself, you guys have yourselves a good Monday evening.
Thank you.
All right,
right.
there. Have a good one.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Interesting stuff there.